Hi, Flick here from the Nerd Soapbox, and today we're at the 2024 Pasadena Comic Con with a special guest. Our guest is an actor best known to the Nerd Soapbox gang for his many television roles, including Max Sheffield on the sitcom The Nanny, as well as parts on General Hospital and Days of Our Lives. Our guest is the talented Charles Shaughnessy.
Well, hi, so pleased to meet you.
Well, pleased to meet you. So, you're Charles George Patrick Shaughnessy, the 5th Baron Shaughnessy. How do I address you?
Yeah, you bow for start, a little bob,
right.
Thank you very much. Right. And then when you leave, you have to back out.
Oh,
that's good. We're not there yet, but when we finish, it's back.
Fantastic.
And you can refer to me as Your Grace, Your Lordship, but
all right.
I also answer to Charlie. So,
all right. Well, Your Lordship, how's your con been so far?
It's been good. It's been very good. You know, it's I do these every now and again, not that often, which is kind of nice because then people don't get bored of seeing me, and it's always new and fresh for me.
Well, I could never get bored of seeing you.
No, trust me, I can name a few.
So, what was your fandom growing up? Did you like sports or comic books or cars or cartoons?
I did like sports. I grew up very near to an English football ground. The lights of Chelsea Stamford Bridge, the Chelsea Football Club, was right over my house's roof. I could see them from the roof. So I grew up loving soccer, what I call football. You guys call soccer, but I also enjoyed acting from a very, very early age. I loved showing off.
All right. So you were born into a showbiz family, but you went to Eton College and then University of Cambridge. How did your parents react when you wanted to become an actor?
Well, they were a little disappointed. They were in the business themselves, so they sort of understood. My dad really wanted me to continue with law. I was reading law at university, got my BA in law. But then realized I just was not cut out for that. It wasn't my tribe. So when I decided to be an actor, they were a little concerned because they know how hard it is. But at the same time, they were very supportive, and touch wood, it all worked out. So everyone's happy.
So you've appeared as Shane Donovan on the daytime soap opera Days of Our Lives, and as the villain Victor Cassadine on General Hospital. What was your favorite story arc for either of these shows?
Well, as you know, playing the villain is always more fun than the hero. And Shane was a very good guy, and Victor Cassadine on GH was a very bad guy. So that was much more fun. I have to say. I enjoyed Days and made some great friends, and it was a wonderful job for 8 years. GH was much shorter time. But being the bad guy and creating mayhem everywhere you go is a lot more fun.
My favorite role of yours is Maxwell Sheffield opposite Fran Drescher from The Nanny. Was the chemistry immediate, or was it as effortless?
It really was. We kind of met one afternoon and read a scene for the producers. And I think immediately, they heard this very English accent merging with her very Queen's accent, and it sort of created this magical blend. And everyone thought, well, we can see how this could work.
So, who on the Nanny cast would be most likely to break character during filming?
CC, Niles, and me, Danny, Lauren, and me in the wing. We were terrible. The three of us would misbehave dreadfully. Just before the scene started, we'd be giggling and laughing, and then have to try and pull it together.
Could you share a favorite anecdote from your time working on The Nanny?
The only thing I remember, the thing I remember most, are the guest stars. We'd have the most incredible guest stars, from Lamb Chop to Elton John, to Donald O'Connor, Elizabeth Taylor. So that was the thing I most remember. Every week we'd arrive on the set and there'd be another fantastic movie star, and we had Marvin Hamlish, we had Burt Bacharach. I mean, it was crazy.
How has working with Fran changed over the years, from The Nanny to Living with Fran to Happily Divorced?
Yeah, it was really fun that we got to do all these things subsequently. Fran's very loyal, so she would always ask people that she'd worked with and enjoyed onto her other shows. And it's interesting, Happily Divorced was a sort of interesting show to do, because it was sort of her life with her husband Peter, and so for me to come in this very different role was a lot of fun. I got a big kick out of that.
What was it like reuniting with the cast for the Nanny live read over Zoom during the pandemic?
That was so fun. We did the original pilot over Zoom, and it was one of the first things on during that COVID lockdown. It was one of the first Zoom shows. So that was really fun to get to see everyone and do that again. Yeah.
So you've been on Spam a lot.
Yeah.
You've done what's it, Harvey. And then,
I love theatre. I do a lot of theatre whenever I can. In fact, I just finished doing a theatre version, a stage version of the Da Vinci Code, the Dan Brown story, which they did a movie, and now they've written a play. Very exciting.
What role would you like to do if somebody asked you? You'd jump at the chance.
You know, there really isn't one. Whatever anyone asks me to do, if it's an interesting role, I jump at the chance. There isn't a role out there that I wish I could do. I've never particularly wanted to be Hamlet. I guess I could do Lear, but there's a lot of lines to learn. So I'm happy if someone wants me to do a job like this latest one, the Da Vinci Code. I played Teabing, which again was a wonderful, funny, ends up being the bad guy. No spoilers, spoiler alert. And that was great fun. So I love doing things in front of audiences.
Well, are you on social media?
And I am. I've got an Instagram, Charles Shaughnessy, and I've got a Threads. I think it's also Charles Shaughnessy. Yeah, you can find me on Instagram and Threads.
Fantastic. Well, Your Royal Highness, thank you for talking to me.
It's a pleasure.
I will be. I'll be going out.
Thank you. Thank you.